Hey, what is going on guys, I'm Steven and welcome back to another China phone review. Now today we're going to have a look at a Chinese Autofone. Yes, correct, we're going to have a look at the Doogee DG2 DG700. And this one here is from eFox shop. As always, if you want to check out the specs, you can find a link down below in the description. So this phone should come with the IP67 specification. This is really good for Autophones because this means waterproof up to 1 meter and 30 minutes or something, dustproof, and actually this phone should also be shockproof. And I've seen videos where they run it over with a car and they also crack nuts with the smartphone, so we'll try something like this too. Now it also comes with a crocodile style leather cover, and yeah, it looks very stylish, but yeah, it's very big, very heavy. Now let me just tell you the main specs. Now it comes with Android KitKat straight out of the box, the MTK6582 quad-core processor running at 1.3 GHz, 8 GB of ROM, 1 GB of RAM, and 4.5-inch QHD IPS screen. That means a resolution of 540 x 960 pixels, so not that high. And it also comes with a 5 megapixel front-facing camera and an 8 megapixel rear camera. And the LED flash is very big and very bright. Okay, so basically that's it. And now I would say let's quickly have a look on what we can find inside of the box, so let's go. Alright, I have already unpacked the phone for you guys, and this is everything which you can find inside of the package. And yeah, I have to say, package looks kinda nice, everything comes pretty well packed. And this is the smartphone, so here we have the DG700. First of all, this is the charger. I'm not sure if it's the correct one, because I have mixed up some packets, and also this one here is white, so I think I lost the black one, but yeah, I think the charger looks like this, so looks kinda nice, pretty good design, and it's just a standard 5-watt charger for smartphones. Okay, then the next thing we can find inside of the box is this micro USB charging cable. So you will need exactly this charging cable because yeah, the connector looks a little bit strange, but you will see it later. Now it also comes here with an headset, and here you can see the 3.5mm connector, here in the middle the remote for the microphone, and yeah, this one here also comes with a microphone so you can use it for calls. And the speakers here are in-ears and they feel very lightweight, so I guess the quality is not the best, but yeah, this phone is also very cheap. Now let's have a look at this. So this is the user manual or quick guide, and it basically tells you how to use the smartphone, also with some pictures, and comes full in English and also some other languages. Here we can see a microfiber cloth and a screen protector. One is already on the smartphone and I will just leave it on the smartphone. Then here we can see an OTG cable, because this phone comes with a 4000 mAh battery, and with that OTG cable and a different charging cable you can also charge other smartphones, so you can use it as a power bank, and I think that's really great. Okay, then now let's have a look at the Doogee DG700, so let's go guys. So there we go guys, here comes the DG700, and first of all I would say let's have a look at the smartphone from the outside. Now it is very thick. If you have a look at this, it's 13mm thick and it's very heavy. It weighs about 250 grams with the battery, and you can see here the metal bumpers, so those are very massive and you can almost kill somebody with that smartphone. You can also use it as a hammer or something, as you will see later in the video. Now the backside here comes with fake leather, and yeah, this looks like crocodile leather or something, and yeah, feels actually pretty good. Also here some plastic which looks like metal, but I think that's plastic. You can already see here the massive LED flash, and the back camera also looks quite good, so big lens. Here at the top we have a protection cap, so this one here also comes with a sealing, and we can just open it up, so there we go. And if you have a look at this rubber cap here, then you can see there's a pretty good sealing in here. And you can also see the connectors here, so here we have the micro USB connector and the 3.5mm headphone jack. And you always have to make sure that this fits very tight, and without this here it wouldn't be waterproof, so make sure it's always closed. Okay, then I would say let's have a look here at the front side. And the display doesn't look that good anyway. We can see here at the top the speaker, the front facing camera, and there should also be a light and proximity sensor. Now yeah, as you can see, the display doesn't look that good anyway. For the price it's definitely okay, so it's a QHD screen, and the viewing angles are okay, I guess it's IPS because viewing angles are okay. Then here at the bottom we have capacitive touch buttons, and just like on the Elephone P3000 or some other phones, they don't have any backlight. And I think that's a bit bad, but this is just my personal opinion. Then here we have a rubber bumper or anything, and also here that little hole at the bottom is the bottom microphone, and I guess that should be waterproof too. Now let's have a look here at the frame, and here we can see the design actually looks pretty cool. But if you have big fingers like me, then the buttons feel a bit strange to press because they are very small. Anyway, that's once again just my personal opinion, but I have to say the buttons are metal too, and the frame really looks nice. And you can see also the frame here is metal, so this is just some plastic thing which is screwed to the frame. On the right side we have the power button and the smart button here. So this is another hardware button, and I think that's pretty cool because you can change what the button should open up or whatever it should do. Okay, so basically that's it. And now let's have a look here at the back side. So here we can see that fake leather again, and this is really strange because this is an Autofone which you can actually open up. Because yeah, it looks like it would be screwed together or anything, but no, you can easily open it up, so you just have to remove that back cover, and you can just lift it up here. And under that you can see the sealing, and this sealing is very good, very tight, and I definitely think it should be waterproof. Then let's have a look at this. So here you can see the LED flash once again, very big. Also the camera lens looks pretty good. Then this sealing here can be easily removed, but just if you reapply it, make sure it fits perfectly. And here at the bottom we have the speaker. Okay, then let me quickly remove the sealing. So as you can see, you just have to go in here with your nail or something, and then you can remove it. And under this we have the big battery. So this battery has 4000 mAh of capacity, and I really think it's true because if you just have a look at this battery, it's very thick, and it's even thicker than the battery from the Lego Lead 7, and that's why I think that the capacity is really true. Anyway, that battery looks really nice, and as I've said, you can also use the smartphone as a power bank, and that's a pretty cool feature. Now let's have a look at the slots. So here on the right side we have an SD card slot for micro SD cards up to 64 GB. Here in the middle the micro SD card slot, and on the left side the big SIM card slot 1. Now here the battery pins, here you can see the frequencies, so just make sure before you buy the smartphone that the frequencies are supported from your provider. And here we also have the model number and the IMEIs. Okay, so basically that's it. Now let me reattach the battery and the sealing, and just make sure that the sealing really fits perfectly. Otherwise maybe water will come into the smartphone and then you will have a water damage. So you really have to check this when you open it up to, for instance, switch the SIM card. Always make sure the sealing here fits perfectly. Then here you can see the back cover from the inside. So here we have this hexagon pattern, and this back cover is replaceable. So I have seen different back covers on the DG700, and this one here is the crocodile fake leather back cover, but there are also several others. Okay, so basically that's the phone from the outside, and now let's turn it on and let's have a look at all the features. Alright guys, it's now turned on, we're now here on the home screen, and yeah, swiping through the pages feels okay. So it's just the MTK6582, it's definitely outdated because 64-bit CPUs from MTK are now coming to the market, but anyway, it's still good, and also this one here comes with a lot of features. So here in the settings we have SIM management. It also comes here with Wi-Fi, so you can see I'm connected to my home network. The signal strength is good, the link speed could be a bit better. Anyway, yeah, the signal is okay. We have here Bluetooth, so let's see if it is working, and it can find my Bluetooth speaker, so as you can see Bluetooth is working. Then it also comes with Hotnot, so this is something like NFC from MediaTek, but it's not compatible with NFC. But anyway, this allows data exchange when a screen touches another device. So this works with the screen and some other sensors. I'm really not sure how exactly, but you can just Google it, so just Google Hotnot. And let me give you a quick demonstration. So this is with my Qbot X9, and you just have to touch the screen of another device and then you can send a picture. As you can see, this works perfectly well. But anyway, this is not compatible with NFC. So you cannot send data to, for instance, the Galaxy Note 4. Now that's how Hotnot works, and pretty cool feature, and I think that will be in every smartphone very soon. So here we have visitor mode. This is pretty useless, so this basically makes a second account. And yeah, I've never used it, but anyway, pretty cool if many people are using the smartphone. Then here we have, for instance, gesture and motion. So you can also use flip to mute, double tap to lock. But yeah, I cannot see if you can enable here the proximity sensor. But the smartphone comes with some very cool things like 3-point screenshot, and you just have to use your 3 fingers to take a screenshot. So this is definitely a multi-touch screen. Now here we can see storage, and yeah, this is not that good. So the main partition only comes with 1.5 GB, and the phone storage here comes with about 5 GB. So you definitely have about 6 GB to use, but you may have to repartition because the main partition here is very small, and you will maybe get not enough storage if you want to install a very big game like GTA or something. Then let's have a look at the battery stats, and the battery stats are damn massive, so just check out this. I have charged it to 100%, then disconnected, and I have used it from time to time, so it was the most time on cell standby, and I've used Wi-Fi a bit, just checked Facebook, and it just dropped in 10 hours here to 83%. So this is really awesome, and the battery lifetime on that smartphone is definitely good. Here under apps we can see running apps in the background, and you can see why the battery lifetime is so good, because also not many apps are running in the background. And yeah, the RAM consumption is very low for this ROM here, so just 360 megabytes out of 1 GB, so you still have about 600 megabytes of free RAM. Now the MTK6582 is not really fast, but yeah, with 1 GB of RAM it's okay for the most applications. And also here under all applications you cannot see any Chinese apps, so this ROM is really clean. Then the DG700 also comes with power saving mode, so just like on the Galaxy S5, but not that efficient, because also the MTK chipset is not that efficient. But anyway, it just lowers the screen brightness and cuts off all connections, and yeah, it helps you to save power. Here we have the smart button, and you can switch it on or off if you don't want to use it. But I have to say, another additional hardware button is actually pretty nice, because you can configure it here, and here you can basically choose what this button should do. And I think that's pretty cool to open the camera really fast or anything. Then here we also have language and input, so this phone supports multi-language, many languages are in here. Date and time, schedule, power on and off, intelligent wake up, so basically those are those wake gestures, so if the screen is off, you can actually draw something on the screen, like a C for the browser, for phone, or E for the browser. And yeah, I don't use it because I always activate that in my pocket, and I don't like those wake gestures. Anyway, here we have about the phone, so here we can see it's definitely running KitKat. So this is the latest version right now. So don't expect that you will see Lollipop or any updates soon on the smartphone. So here we have wireless update, but mostly this is just a feature which doesn't work. But anyway, Doogee is a pretty good brand, so I guess there will be updates, but not very frequently. But if the updates, you will be able to download it here, and then it will boot into recovery and install this update here. But you can also find ROMs on NeedROM. Okay, so yeah, basically that's the main system. And let's have a look here at the Android status bar. So here we have all the notifications. Then let's go here to the buttons. So basically you can see everything which is supported: cast screen, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, and all the other stuff here. Then let's go quickly here through the main functions. So let's see if it is working. Now first of all, let's start with the dial application, and we can just try to dial some random number. It works perfectly in my country, but just make sure the frequencies are supported. Okay, so let's try this. So the call is working. Then let's have a look at the call quality. So there we go.
Kinder, Jugendliche und deren Bezugspersonen. Anonym, österreichweit zum Nulltarif und rund um die Uhr für dich da. Du bist durchgekommen und in der Warteschleife. Sobald ein Berater frei wird, hören wir dir gerne zu.
Das Leben ist nicht immer ein Kinderspiel, doch über jedes Problem.
So the sound quality from the internal speaker is okay, then it shuts off the display here, so also the sensors are working, and yeah, the reception is okay, so I'm in the cellar, this is why I just have 2 signal bars. Here we have the messaging application, and writing on the screen feels pretty good, definitely in 5-point touchscreen, as you will see later in the multi-touch test. And yeah, no ghost touches, and writing here feels pretty good. And they say that the screen here is thicker, but anyway, typing feels definitely pretty good, and it doesn't matter how thick the screen is. Now let's just go here to some web page. We can go here to Doogee. So I think CC is China, so the website is a bit slow. Oh no, CN. Oh yeah, I actually don't have a clue, but anyway, browsing feels okay. Signal good. I'm now connected to Wi-Fi, and yeah, as you can see, browsing or anything also feels pretty good, not really laggy on the DG700. And also this one here is the next phone I will review, and here we have the DG700 once again. Okay, so basically that's it, and now let's have a look at the camera application. Now it's very cold outside, so maybe let's test it inside, and the quality is not the best, but I have to say it feels definitely awesome to move it around because it's totally smooth, not laggy and shaky, and this is something I really like. Then let's go here to the camera settings, and unfortunately the picture size in 4:3 is 8 megapixels. But if you switch to 16:9 it drops to 6 megapixels, and the quality on the smartphone, as you can see, looks very nice. But yeah, the quality on the computer is not that nice, but anyway, definitely okay for the price. Now here you can see the front facing camera, and yeah, this one doesn't look that good. So just 4:3, maybe you can switch it, but then the quality also will sink a bit. And yeah, it's okay for Skyping or anything, but yeah, it could be better. But this phone only retails for $150, so always keep that in mind. Okay, so yeah, that's the camera application. It feels really smooth, and it looks very close to stock, so this is very common for MTK phones. Also in movie mode here, it feels very smooth, it isn't laggy, and this is really good. Okay, so it's now saving this, and basically that's it, and I will later show you then also a test video, and I will provide some samples down below in the description, so feel free to check it out. Now here's a quick look on the LED flash, and let's just switch it on because it's very awesome. And it really hurts in the eyes if you have a look at this, and it doesn't look that bright here if it's filmed with the camera, but if I look into the LED flash, it really hurts in my eyes. And the LED flash, the lens from it, so it's very big, and as you can see, it makes pretty good light. So it will be definitely good for taking photos at night, but as a flashlight, it's really perfect. But you can see it's also very big. Alright guys, now this smartphone comes with all the Google apps pre-installed. So don't worry about it, some China phones don't come with Google apps pre-installed, but this one here comes with everything you need. Google Mail, here we also have the Google Play Store, and this is really the latest version, so you can download everything in here. There are absolutely no issues, so let's just go here to search, and the MTK6582 is also compatible with almost every application. So let's just have a look at this, and as you can see, I can just browse the applications, download it, so you absolutely have no problem with installing also big applications. But just the main partition is very small, so maybe you should repartition it if you want to install very big apps. Okay, yeah, so basically that's it. We have checked out all the applications, and I would say let's do a quick movie test. Oh yeah, now this was the movie test, so pretty okay, also the viewing angles are good. But anyway, before we do the GPS test, let's quickly do the water test. And this phone comes with the IP67 specification, so it should be waterproof and survive this test. IP67 means you can leave the phone in the water up to 1 meter water depth for about 30 minutes, and it should survive it. Anyway, as you can see, the screen still works. But now let's wait a bit. It's very cold today, so I hope the cold water doesn't damage it. But it also says low temperature resistant. Anyway, when there's water on the screen, it doesn't work anymore, so you have to clean it and then you can use it. But as you can see, the touchscreen, everything is still working. And yeah, it survived the water test, so that actually looks pretty good. And as you can see, everything is closed and the sealing also looks very good. Okay, now unfortunately, the phone didn't survive the test. I just went in to dry it, and then the screen started to flicker, and about 1 minute later it just did shut down. And now when I try to power it on, I've also cleaned it, I've checked the sealing, everything looks good. then it doesn't power on anymore, just the LED flash was blinking, it went into test mode, and yeah, the screen is dead, and I don't know, it looks like water somewhere came into the smartphone. But as you have seen, the sealing was perfectly closed, so I have really no idea what caused this. Alright guys, I did open up the phone, and yeah, I couldn't find any water inside, so maybe it was just a cold temperature, but anyway, it's broken now. It doesn't power on anymore, so it's definitely dead. And yeah, it didn't survive the water test, even though the sealing looked very good. But what we're trying to do now is shoot it with my airsoft, because there are already a lot of videos online where people overrun it with a car. If it survives, we'll try to shoot it with some 9mm blanks, and let's see if it survives this. And maybe also with my more powerful M4 airsoft. But anyway, let's see if it survives the test. Now, unfortunately, it didn't survive the water test, so it's definitely dead right now. And the only thing I can do right now is see how durable it is. And let's try to shoot it, let's drop it several times. Yeah, and let's see if it cracks or not. So let's go, guys. Damn it, this didn't start well and now it didn't end well. So first of all, it didn't survive the water test and now the airsoft test, so those are just plastic balls. But anyway, they fly with a very high speed and you see it cracks the glass. So let's do some more. Alright, so what do we learn from this? It's not indestructible and the glass actually looks good. It's glued together with the screen and the glass is about 1mm thick. But don't try to shoot or punch it. And now let's have a look at the back side, so let's try to shoot it too. So the backside looks pretty good after the shooting test. Just this plastic cover here comes off, at least now we know this is just plastic, and the rest of the back cover looks pretty good. So I'm pretty sure if it falls on the back cover or on the frame, nothing will happen. But maybe if it falls on the glass, then it will maybe shatter. So now I would say let's test the frame. So let's try to open a melon and let's do some drop tests and let's see if the frame can resist this. Now if you have a look at the frame, then you can see really impressive. Just a few scratches, cuts and dents, but the frame looks still good. And I'm pretty sure that if it falls down on the frame, nothing will happen. But anyway, I just had bad luck and it did shatter at the first try with the airsoft. And I think I should have done the drop tests before the shooting test, but I have seen some impressive videos on YouTube, so I thought it will may survive, but yeah, it didn't. Luckily, I did record all the benchmarks before I went outside to do the water test, So now you'll see some benchmarks, and after this you will hear my conclusion about the DG700. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're now at the end of this test video, and here comes my conclusion about the Doogee DG700. Now, first of all, I was really impressed of the smartphone. I didn't like the design, but anyway, it did look very good because very heavy, big battery, pretty good specs, so the MTK6582 is okay in the most smartphones. And I couldn't do the GPS test because, yeah, it didn't survive the water test. And that's pretty bad. Also, I couldn't recover my camera samples. And this is also pretty bad, but there are a lot of reviews on YouTube, so just check them out. And my personal opinion is, the phone is definitely okay. And you can always get a bad product. So maybe there was a gap somewhere and water came into the smartphone. I did open it up and I couldn't find any water inside, so maybe it was just the temperature. And yeah, pretty bad that it didn't survive the water tests, but what should I do? And you know guys, you always get my honest opinion. Now, I really like the smartphone. It's actually pretty cool, comes with some nice specs, but if it comes advertised with IP67 specification, it should also survive a simple water test, even though it's very cold outside and maybe the temperature just killed it. It also says low temperature resistant, and yeah, it should definitely survive this. So I'm not really impressed right now by the DG700, but yeah, this is not a fault from eFox Shop, this is just a fault from Doogee. Maybe this product was bad assembled, I have no idea. I will also watch some other reviews, also talk with eFox Shop. Maybe I will just order a second one to do the tests once again. But anyway, for now, I can just tell you, the concept really cool. It also works perfectly well. But yeah, it wasn't waterproof in my case. So that's it guys, we're at the end of this test video. If you want to have a look at this product, just check out the link down below in the description which will redirect you to efoxshop.com. Also don't forget to check out chinadevices.com, which brings you the latest news and tutorials about Chinese smartphones. Okay guys, so thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if this video was helpful, please subscribe for more, and as always guys, I hope I see you again in my next videos. Bye bye and have a nice day.